Hi everyone, this is Robin and welcome to the last week, this week video for week 2. So last week was the first week of the semester. We spent a lot of our time just getting organized last week. So you did some reading, you read the very short chapter 1 from the textbook, you read the syllabus and other things on the Moodle page. You also completed the pre-class survey. And just as a reminder, in the pre-class survey, there were several pieces of information I gathered. The first was just some demographic information on the group. The second was your self-assessment on what you felt you know about evaluation, and those were related to the course objectives. I asked if there was interest in an optional video conference session 1 or 2 or 3 times during the semester, and then I asked for some just miscellaneous information that would help make this a more useful class for you. So thank you for doing that, those of you who did it. We also did a class expectations exercise where we all contributed to one Google document, and in that Google document you added the expectations that are reasonable for me to have of you to have of me, you to have of yourselves, and you to have of each other. And what I did is I consolidated those and put them in a presentation for this week, but I will also be adding them to the syllabus Monday morning. And then you did a short 6-question course information quiz just to make sure that you were clear on a few things in the syllabus. You posted a photo on Moodle, and then you had your only required forum assignment for this week, which was to post an introduction and to comment on the introductions of at least 2 of your classmates. We did have an optional forum discussion on chapter 1, and there were about 7 of you who participated in that. Thank you. I appreciate that. So that was last week, just a lot of getting started information. Let's talk about what we're doing this week. So this week we are focusing on just an introduction to evaluation. So you're going to begin by reading chapter 2 in your book, which outlines the 4 levels of evaluation. Now, you will, as you know, we have people in this class who work in the business and the corporate sector, and we have people in this class who are working or interested in working in education in career and technical ed. So there is no book that focuses on both. So this book is focused a little more on the corporate side, but as we go through the semester, I will continue to add information to put it in the context of career and technical ed, or the context, I guess, more actually just of education. Okay, so assignments. You do have an assignment due this week, and that is to write a case study. So we're going to be writing a lot of evaluations this semester, and many, not all, but many of those evaluations are going to be based on this case study. So some of you I know are currently responsible for teaching courses, whether that's career and technical ed courses, whether those are courses in the corporate sector. So for those of you who have actual courses, I would recommend you use one of those as your case study, because then the evaluation assessments that you write for this semester, you can use in real life on that course. So for those of you who have real life courses, I encourage you to use one of your real life courses for this class. For those of you who are not currently teaching, what you're going to do for your case study is you are going to use a class that you have taken or that you're currently in. So for example, you might use an OLP class that you've taken, or you might use a class that you've taken in your workplace. So that's what you're going to be doing for your case study. I've provided a lot of support for the case study. I've provided way more support probably than I should, considering that it's a very short assignment. But because it's the first assignment, I know people aren't really sure what it is they're supposed to be doing for the class. So you'll see there's an assignment sheet, there's a rubric. I have a sample assignment from a student in a previous semester. And then I have a couple optional videos. I have one called A Few Words on the Case Study, where I just talk you through an example of the case study assignment. And then for those of you who are not familiar with writing objectives or writing behavioral objectives, I've also included a video that you might want to look at on writing behavioral objectives. So lots of support. It will take you longer probably to read all the stuff for this assignment and watch the videos than it will to actually do the assignment. But I want to make sure that you're able to get off on the right foot. All right, in addition to that, you have some forum postings for this week. So even before you start posting your forums, I want to let you know that I have put you in small group learning teams. So there's about 25 of us in class. That's too many people to have a useful online asynchronous discussion. So we've broken you into groups of about 7 people, 8 people. And so I encourage you to get to know your learning team. So pop in the forum, say hi, share maybe a few words about yourself. You might want to go back and look at the introductions of the people in your learning team so that you get a little more insight as to who's who and where they work and why they're here and those sorts of things. So a couple of things that I want you to do first is to discuss the revised expectations. The expectations exercise, and again, this will be in the syllabus by Monday morning. Those are the expectations we have agreed to use for working together for the rest of this semester. So you might want to talk about those with your learning team members, but you do have a posting this week. So it says 2 postings. You have 1 required posting and 1 optional discussion posting this week. And again, just as a reminder, since this is our first discussion posting of the week, you might want to go and look in the syllabus and remind yourself what the guidelines are for forum discussions. Now we do have an extra credit bonus point assignment this week. So I've put together, not a wiki, a Google document called Reasons for Not Evaluating. And if you want to add 2 solutions to that reason for not evaluating Google document, you can get a bonus point for that. As I mentioned last week, there are going to be several opportunities for bonus points this week if you're interested in that. And then finally, grad students, it might seem a little bit early, but it's really not too early to start thinking about your graduate student writing assignment. So as you know from last week, you have 2 options for the writing assignment. So you might want to start thinking about which of those options you want to do. If you want to work by yourself or work with other grad students in the class, what your tentative topics might be. The topics are due to me by the end of week 6, but you are certainly welcome to submit them and talk with me about them earlier so that you can get started on your paper earlier. So that is everything that we're doing this week. If you have questions on anything, please let me know. Please let Chandra know. You can post in the Ask Dr. Robin forum. You can send me an email. You can drop into online office hours. Oh, the other thing that I want to mention, I forgot to put this on the last week this week. Sorry. Back to the top, back to learning activities. I do have 2 optional videos for you this week. One video where I share the results and talk through the results of the pre-class survey, and the other optional video where I talk through the results of the expectations exercise. I can't believe I forgot to put those on here. All right, that's what we're doing this week. If you have questions on anything, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you online.